The man who beat sealed Pokemon investing. I wish it was me, but it's not. It's this guy.
2022 Rudy Poke Cave.
In case you haven't seen the video, every single one of those brown boxes in the background is a booster box case of Sword and Shield. That is a huge, huge position. So in case you're not sure what a case is, that's 6 sealed booster boxes sitting inside one of those cardboard cases.
Today's video is to reinforce that when I tell you all I'm keeping Pokemon positions and I'm all in on Pokemon.
So $3 million worth of Sword and Shield. When Rudy says all in, I don't know if you can go much more all in than that. What we're going to do today is get 3 takeaways from Rudy's video, from Rudy's position, have a look at it, deconstruct it, and see how we can use it in our Pokemon sealed investing journey to hopefully make some money. Before I get started though, I just wanted to say, huge fan of Rudy. I've watched his videos for years. Also, props to Magic the Gathering. Used to love that game, playing it in college back in 2006, 2007. Absolutely loved it. Spent heaps of time playing the game. And once more, of course, big ups to Rudy. Awesome for the community, both trading card game community in general. Love watching his content. Huge knowledge base, really, really insightful. But anyway, on to the main part. What can we really take away from Rudy's video? And I think there's 3 main things. The first one is critical, and it probably has something to do with the fact of where he sits in the community and his buying power. But the first big takeaway is he buys at a wholesale price and he buys in bulk. What that allows him to do is buy a big position, probably have a fair bit of negotiation power with whoever's sending him the stock, and allows him, if you break it down per unit price, and let's just talk some big numbers here. Say there's 100 cases, so 600 boxes of Fusion Strike, just plucking a random Sword and Shield set out of the air. 600 boxes. Even if we get them at wholesale here in Australia, it might be 140 Australian dollars. If you're buying in that sort of buying power, you might have been able to pick them up for 130, or even if you can lower it down to $135 per piece. Buying that amount of stock, or that amount of stock in bulk, and buying it at the price that he buys it off, sets the lowest possible benchmark for his position in the market. I think that is the first main thing that he does really well. The second thing. So this is a funny one. The second thing I think he does really well, and I can remember watching his videos way back in the day about XY evolutions, he is not afraid to hold. So a lot of people talk about paper hands versus diamond hands. You could argue this guy has diamond hands. He used to talk about with evolutions, that old bathroom video, the evolutions bathroom. If you haven't followed Rudy, go look it out. Go jump on his channel and just type in Pokemon videos. You'll soon find it. But the whole evolutions in the bathroom, he had boxes and cases full of evolutions sitting in the bathroom for years. He bought a heap, stored it away, thinking this thing's just been so overprinted. I'll never get my money back for it. I'm not going to dump it at basically wholesale price to customers. So I might just sit on it and throw it in the bathroom and see what happens. As we're all aware, sort of COVID struck, 25th anniversary struck, evolutions, and I might jump into US dollars here, but evolutions went from whatever the wholesale price is over there, $80, $90, whatever it is, straight up to, probably 5, 6. And at one stage, I think it might have touched $700 a box. So the fact that he could hold that position, not be scared by the market and market trends, and I guess the real term is diamond hands, I think that's the second main takeaway that we can take from him. Don't sell when you're fearful. Don't sell when you think the market's crashing. Hold your position, know your stock, know your inventory, know your position, and sell at the height. That's another thing he does really well. Third main takeaway that I think we can get from the video is that he's extremely, extremely purposeful. When he talks about when he finally, what was it he said in the video, pulls the red rope or cuts the red rope, whatever it might be, is when he realised Pokemon had been on such an upward trajectory for so long in a bull market through COVID, then all of a sudden the wheels fell off, so to speak, in the world, and inflation hit, interest rate rises started going up, or interest rates started going up, so there's interest rate rises, and all of a sudden we started to see this bear market, like a bit of a drop. And he talked about modern Magic the Gathering sets that had gone 20, 30, 40, sometimes even 50% below wholesale price, whereas throughout all that, even a set like Battle Styles, which everyone calls the like Sun and Moon Crimson Invasion or XY Steam Siege of the Sword and Shield era, which in my opinion it's not. You can check out my Battle Styles video. Don't actually think it's too bad a set for investment. But anyway, even Battle Styles didn't drop below recommended retail price. That's when he went, whoa, there is some serious, serious resilience in the sealed Pokemon market. It's time to go in. It's a better position to place yourself in than Magic the Gathering in his circumstance or his thoughts. So when we go back to that third point, he's very purposeful. He made a very purposeful choice to pull the trigger then. The other thing I think he does that's very purposeful is look at his position and what he buys. He doesn't have Dragonite GX collector boxes. He doesn't have 3-pack blisters. He doesn't have treasure chests, Pikachu and Charizard treasure chests. He just has booster boxes. So when it comes to, and if you've seen some of my other sealed Pokemon investing videos, some of the tips that I talk about is getting a position in something purposeful, something that you can sell. The only way you're going to make money is if you sell it. I mean, you can buy something, it can go up, but if you don't sell it and cash that money in, you haven't made anything. So he buys very purposefully and just booster boxes. So what you're doing is you're spreading yourself very, very thin, but in his case, a positive way, because it gives you this one sort of data set that you can look at. You don't have to worry about everything else in between. It cuts out the mushy peas, so to speak. The other thing he talked about was the resilience and the skill of the Nintendo company when it comes to printing Pokemon. It wasn't overprinted. It was printed quite clearly to demand, and in some cases, like Evolving Skies, quickly didn't even meet demand. I mean, prices won't go up if the demand for the product is met. If there's an equilibrium, you'd think printing should stay really steady with demand, and therefore pricing should be stabilized. The moment printing doesn't reach demand and more people want to get it and open it than what there is in the market, that's when we start to see a shift in price upwards. So when we talk purposeful, I think he's really done his homework on the Nintendo sort of Pokemon company when it comes to trading cards. And, well, I guess all in all, that's what we can take away from the video. 3 main points. First one being buy cards at the lowest possible price position you can. Second one being don't be afraid to hold. Third one being be purposeful about your decisions when it comes to investing in Pokemon cards. Make sure it's research backed, make sure it's evidence backed, and I think with those 3 things in mind, an expert like Rudy in the field can teach us a lot about making some money from Pokemon investing ourselves. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Tune in next time.